Hi friends, many of you have requested to me since the ICSE exams are approaching to put up some videos on the stories and play and poems. In this series, I bring to you the first poem, which is Daffodils by William Wordsworth. The poet starts with the line, I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Very aptly he describes the mood in which he was there. Since his brother had died, he was just moving aimlessly like a crowd here and there over hills and hills, when all at once gives him a kind of surprise, a kind of a pleasant shock. He came across a crowd of golden daffodils. A crowd, there was large number of golden daffodils, and he calls them host. Why a host of golden daffodils? The reason could be that they were in large number, they appeared to him, they were welcoming him, and it is also possible that they were there before him. So he considers them as host of golden daffodils. Now he describes where were they? They were beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. They were present beside the lake, beneath the trees, and fluttering and dancing. The poetic device used here is personification because they were fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Now, as he looked at them, it appeared to him that continuous as the stars they shine, that twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margins of the way. When he looked at them, they appeared to be continuous as the stars in the sky twinkle in the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line, and wherever he could see, he could only find daffodils along the margins of the bay. And how many of them were there? 10,000 saw I at a glance. He says 10,000 saw I at a glance. Means he uses hyperbole as the poetic device because at a glance he cannot be sure that there were 10,000. And what they were doing? Tossing their heads in sprightly dance. They were involved in a very lively dance. Then he looks at the waves, which were also dancing. The waves beside him danced, but they outdid the dancing waves in glee. So there was like a competition between the waves which were dancing and sparkling and glee, and the other daffodils who were tossing their heads. So he says, the waves beside him danced, but they outdid the dancing waves in glee, and the poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. A poet can only be gay and happy and mirthful in such a beautiful jocund company. Jocund company can be the company of happiness. I gazed and gazed. He was so mesmerized by the sight that he just cannot take his eyes away from there. He gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth this show to me has brought. This kind of wealth which he says will remain with him throughout his life. Whenever he wants, he can use it. He'll never lose it. He'll never spend it. It will never be reduced. This kind of wealth is the message of this poem. You'll appreciate the first three stanzas are on the outdoors, and there's a mood change from the poet from being very, very sad to now being very, very happy. Third stanza is in his home. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, whenever he's sitting on his couch, and in vacant or in pensive mood, in thinking something or not thinking something, they flash upon the inward eye. Inward eye means the memory, which is a bliss of solitude. Bliss is happiness, solitude is loneliness. So, in a way, this appears to be an oxymoron because bliss is happiness and solitude is loneliness. But some authors also say, some critics also say that it could be antithesis also, this off is there. So I leave upon you all and your respected teachers what they consider this. It can be oxymoron as well as antithesis. And then what happens? Poet who is vacant or in pensive mood becomes very happy, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. He says that then his again heart with pleasure fills and he dances with the daffodils. It's a lovely poem where a lot of poetic devices like similes, personification, oxymoron, and hyperbole are used. I'm sure you'll get benefit out of it. Thank you.